In this video, we're going to be talking about how you can actually get started in sales, specifically B2B sales. What are the first couple things that you can do to actually get up and running and get your first sales going, whether it's as a job, as a salesperson, or if it's for your own company as the CEO or whatever C-level position, and actually get your foot in the door with potential JVs, with potential trials that you want to get started, case studies, whatever it is, how to actually get your foot in the door with that. One of the most important things is to always remember that most of the sale actually is happening before you ever actually talk to somebody in the format of a meeting, or in most cases even, it could be in many cases that it'll even be before you actually even send any kind of real communication directly to them. Most of it is happening with your image, your presence, the way that your brand is perceived. That's going to be through your website. It could be something as small as your email signature. And obviously, it's also going to be looking at how your funnel, your profile funnel is set up. What I mean by that is Facebook and LinkedIn. You need to have a good funnel, something that has a hook that gets people interested and want to look at the rest of your title. That's right under your name where it just has that little blurb about what you can do. You can also do that for Facebook just as you can with LinkedIn, obviously. You want to make sure that that's really compelling. From there, if they have that established, they look at your website, things are lining up, then you actually have the discussion happening. But the key thing is, how do you, as somebody that might be new or not that familiar with sales, or somebody that does B2C sales and wants to get into B2B sales, how do you actually go about really picking it up and getting used to it? You know, understanding what it feels like so you're comfortable for those bigger deals, the deals that really drive that bottom line, that really move your money needle at the end of every month. Well, I'm going to tell you, you have to get your first couple sales under your belt. You have to get some kind of experience, whether that's going to be something smaller, just something to get your foot in the door. You have to get your first couple deals. Now, if you're completely new to sales, you have to get some sales under your belt. This is going to be more for somebody that has zero experience. You have to get that first bit of experience. I mentor a lot of people, and one of the things that they'll say is, well, how do I get somebody to want to work with me when I don't have any kind of experience in sales, or I don't have any case studies, or I don't have any testimonials? Let's break those up one by one real quick, all right? So it's like this. If you don't have any testimonials or case studies, get some. That's your first sale. If that's what you're looking for and you're a business owner, you have to go out and get some. Maybe it won't be that comfortable, but those are your first sales. You could say something like, listen, I'm a new company. I'm willing to help you out if you could help me out a bit. I will do XYZ, web design. I will give you our platform that does so-and-so for free, and all I ask in return is that you give me a video testimonial to help us out with getting future clients. If you can give me feedback, that's what I'm looking for. It could be the same for sales. Listen, I'm actually fairly new to this. I'm very good at what I do, but I want to get a little bit of experience to actually show you the value that I can bring. It's about confidence. It's how confidently you can say that. So if you come up and you say something like, I kind of, maybe we can work together, and I don't know, like maybe, No, it has to be confident. You have to actually sound, feel, and present yourself like you know what you're talking about. Because if you don't, nobody's going to work with you. They're not even going to give you the opportunity. You have to have confidence in yourself. You have to have confidence in your product, which is why it's really important that you establish and you know that what you're offering is good, that it will actually be an awesome thing that will massively help your client. If you honestly believe that, then it makes it much easier to move forward, even just with the basics, getting that foot in the door. So once you get started and you're able to get those case studies, those testimonials, then you can actually start working on actual sales. If you feel that that's something that's necessary, that's going to be asked, you need to get that done as a first thing. So that's your first couple sales. Do whatever it takes to get your first couple sales so that you're not going into those big deals and you're not burning those massive leads because you're just messing up on something basic. I used to play poker professionally. And when I used to play poker, I can tell you there's a massive difference between somebody that might be good with play money and they might amass lots of play money. They may win consistently, all of that. But then they sit down to a real money table. It's really different, because real money and actually taking a credit card, actually talking to a real customer, that's going to feel different. So if you're new to sales, if it's the first time that you're doing any kind of sales, then I would suggest go find any sales job. Close something. Sell anything. It could be as simple as going and finding a photographer and helping him with his sales. Finding a web designing company and helping them find businesses that need their web designing services. The same goes for any kind of a company that's doing marketing. If you can help them find businesses that are maybe local to you or your city or your area, and close a few of those clients on their services and bring those sales to them, now you're selling. And you get a couple of those, and now you can move up because you have that confidence. So you want to get that experience out of the way as soon as possible. So you really want to get into something where you're selling and you've closed a few deals. Let's say you already sell. You've already done a lot of sales in B2C, and you want to get into B2B. You want to get to those larger, juicier deals that maybe are more complicated, but you're okay with that just so long as your commission is much higher. As long as the deal size is really worth it, you have no problem going into that. How do you get started? Think of B2B not so much as being particularly different than B2C, but just making sure that you have an understanding for what the process looks like. Your gatekeeper, your champions, how to find emails, phone numbers, what kind of emails to send. You need to learn that. It's not super complicated to learn, but you do need to have a system. You need to have a consistent way to be able to find who you need to talk to, getting them on the phone, and getting past any kind of resistances or blockades, like, for example, a gatekeeper, and how to create champions, use champions to push forward your deal, when to do things, when to not do things. So that really is the final piece of the puzzle that you need to sort of have in place, which isn't the actual selling, which isn't the actual closing. It's what you need to do to go from never having talked to this company in any way, shape, or form, going from there to actually closing that deal with said company. So to do that, you need to basically get better at going through LinkedIn, going through Facebook, finding the right people to talk to, making a list of those people, trying to engage with multiple people out of that business if it's a larger business, or at the very least finding a business owner. Now, you don't come in and you start preaching about how you have this amazing product. You have to have a conversation, a dialogue, get them to start talking, understand if there is actually a challenge that they're trying to fix. Because to sell to somebody that doesn't need your solution is kind of asinine. So you need to figure out that they actually need what you're offering. And that's by having a conversation, having a dialogue, asking the right questions, not necessarily to even close them right there and then, but to go from that, figure out who you need to talk to, if it's relevant, when it's relevant. Is it relevant now? Is it relevant in a year from now? You need to figure all of that out, and then work your way, whether it's through emails because you don't know who to talk to right off the bat, you can't find that information, so at least find a way to get your foot in the door, open that dialogue up, and then work your way into the right person, and then have that meeting there. Key thing is actually go out and execute. That's the hardest part. That is by far the most important thing. You have to actually get up off your asses. You have to actually go out. You have to get uncomfortable because, as Grant Cardone likes to say, strangers have your money. Leave a comment if you found this helpful. If you want to subscribe to be notified of future videos, make sure you hit the bell icon. And it really helps the YouTube algorithm if you leave a like. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one.